Hey, what's going on? It's Travis, and today we have a few Nanlite accessories that I am going to unbox so we can check out. I actually have two things. I have a softbox and I have a lantern. So let's go ahead and get these open and check them out. So first off, we're gonna start with one of their soft boxes. We have the 90Q here. They have a lot of different sizes, different formats, all that kind of stuff. These kind of mirror what we normally would be using on shoots. So to us, it's just kind of cool, you know, now that we use a lot of Nanlite lighting for our commercial and wedding shoots, it's nice just to have everything consistent and use their actual soft boxes, lanterns, accessories, things like that too. So we got a bag, of course. There's always a bag, right? So inside, it looks branded with Nanlite, so that's pretty nice. Kind of just your typical softbox bag though, not really much different than other ones I've had. Surprisingly, a lot of these like kind of modifier bags I get, they also unzip up here, which this one doesn't, but maybe it's not really needed because it is a lot looser than I would say most bags that I have. So maybe in a way it's easier because of that, easier to kind of get to everything. And this is the bow and mount version 2, but I know you can get adapters and things like that if you need a different size. So we got our little booklet that explains how to do everything. I'm gonna guess this is gonna go on the front of the softbox, and then this is probably on the inside of the softbox or vice versa. Of course, you got your gel packs. I don't even actually know what these are. Don't they like keep things fresh? I'm not actually sure. Someone let me know in the comments what these are actually for. All I know is that whenever I open stuff, I'm always told not to put them anywhere near my cats. So thankfully my cats aren't here, so I can throw that off to the side. We're gonna take a look and see how easy this actually is. So this might be some trial and error going on here, but I might actually need the instructions. Let me see if we can just kind of figure this out. All right, so let me get these pieces out. So we got our shower curtain. Not actually what that's called. And then yeah, this will be on the front of the softbox. Don't you guys just love the sound of things opening? That fresh new lighting accessory. Cool. So I might actually look at this just to make sure I'm putting this stuff on right. All right, took a look at the book and I totally understand how this works now. So it's a little bit different than what I'm used to with some of my soft boxes. But I actually really like this idea of, if you look here, kind of like each one needs to be locked in. So it kind of makes it a little easier to get in there if you needed to like kind of collapse it or extend it. So let me go ahead and kind of pop all these. So yeah, this is a little confusing at first, but once you figure it out, I actually kind of like this better than some of the other soft boxes we have because you probably can't even see me on camera, but hey, I'm right here. So basically with a lot of other soft boxes, you have to like basically put your face in here, but this way, and you're like digging in here, trying to reach, you know, whatever's inside there, snap it, align it together, and then it assembles, which is technically a quick release, but it can be kind of a pain to like try to be like putting your head in here and figuring out where you're trying to connect. So basically these, as my videographer said, it's kind of like a trampoline. So you're basically extending these and you kind of want to cross do it. So right now we have them all extended, but then let's say I'm ready to collapse it, I would just kind of click each one. You hear that nice click, and then basically that will help collapse it. So let me click that back into place. Cool. So then yeah, when you're all done with the shoot, just bam, 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 and then collapse it all together. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw everything else on in here. So we got everything pretty much put together here. It's not perfect, but we got our front on here. And then of course you could always attach a grid to here if you wanted, just to kind of cut the light a little more. But yeah, so let me see if I try to fold this bad boy up now with the front on, if it folds up okay. there you have it. Folds up nice and smooth. Let's put it back in the bag. Folds up nicely inside the bag. Zip it up, and we're ready to leave this chute, head to the next chute, and then set it back up. So again, it was a little confusing at first because it was totally different than any of my other soft boxes. But once we kind of figured it out, I actually kind of really like that setup where you don't have to be like digging inside the soft box. Everything just kind of locks in place on the outside. And then you just kind of click everything and folds up into a nice little bag. So let me get this one out of the way. We're gonna go ahead and open up the lantern as well. All right, and so this is their 80. I know they have different size lanterns. So this should be kind of similar size to the softbox we just looked at. So similar bag design, looks like. It's got the Nanlite branding right there. Okay, so we got some goodies in here. Let me put this stuff to the side and just kind of get everything out first. Of course, got your little guys here. Again, someone leave in the comments below what exactly those are for. I think it's to keep things fresh, but not really sure what needs to be kept fresh when it's a lantern and softbox. So I can already tell this has a similar setup to the softbox. So if you don't like what you saw with the softbox, then you're probably not gonna like this either. But if you thought that was a cool concept, then this is gonna be perfect because you'll have two things that match doing two different things. A little fun fact on kind of the difference of a lantern versus softbox. So softbox we usually normally use if we want to control the light a little bit more, but we want it to be soft. Especially, you know, if we're really wanting to control the light, we will put a grid on it so it kind of cuts the light before it gets to the wall or whatever's behind the subject. Lantern, we kind of use more if we want to fill a lot of light. So if you kind of think of it as like a big round bright bulb, it kind of spills light a little more through the room than like a softbox would, but still giving you a nice soft light. Let me get this kind of set up here. But it should be kind of like, so yeah, we're all set up, ready to go. I think it would be a really cool idea is we can pop these onto our Forza 300B. We'll do one at a time. So you can kind of see what the difference would be between using the lantern versus the softbox. Let's go and try that out. Okay, so I'm back for my mugshot. This is the 300B just pointed directly at me. As you can see, very harsh shadows on my face. I almost did the John Cena thing right there. Yeah, so 50% and very harsh. Let's go ahead and crank it all the way up to 100%. So I'm sure as I back up here, yeah, you're getting a lot of shadow. Obviously could work for certain situations. I'm glad I wore pants today because I just saw my pants in the frame. Could work for really good situations if you need that kind of harsh light, but for an interview or something like that, that's just gonna be too much shadows, especially if we have them next to a wall, there's gonna be shadows on the wall, it's not gonna be as flattering. So let's throw one of those diffusers on this light. Okay, so now we have the lantern on and we're at 50%. Just like before. So definitely can tell a difference. It's definitely cutting the light some, so it's not as bright, but it is a softer light, but it's not really like as controlled as we would maybe like. So it's kind of just filling the room. Like if you whip the camera over there, you could kind of see that it's essentially just like kind of spilling light into the room. There's not really like a set place going. Now we could maybe put these blackouts on there, control it a little bit, but we have a softbox too, so we'll try that out. But before we do that, let's go ahead and crank the light up to 100% so you can see kind of like what would be the maximum output that you could get with a 300B. So so that's at 100% with the lantern on. So let's go and take the lantern off and we will check out what it's like with the softbox. All right, so we just threw the softbox on, and this is at 50% with the 300B. Now it's at 100%, fully maxed out 300B with the softbox on it. We'll put a side-by-side of all these. Hopefully I'm standing in somewhat of a similar position so you can see the difference. But yeah, it's very flattering light. I love softboxes. Kind of the bigger the better for them, especially for things like interviews or portraits. So yeah, we'll have the side-by-side running. I don't know how well that's gonna look, so hopefully it worked. And yeah, hopefully this was helpful for you. If you have any questions about either of these modifiers, or if you want us to try out any of their other modifiers, let me know and I'd be happy to do that. Thanks for checking out the video, and until next time, we'll see ya.